due to time. Okay. Welcome back to Shaman King Anime Review Episode 41. Yeah, you're probably thinking, wait, you just did one yesterday. Well, that was one that came out last week that I was not able to watch or at least do a review for due to the fact the website I watch it from didn't put it on there. For this episode, not much of an issue. Nope. This is talking about episode 41 of the 2021 reboot series. Yes, I can get the thing. It's called Encounters in Hell. Yep. This one covers chapters 229 to 235. Unlike previous episodes, we kept pretty much a lot in. This one, oh yes, they cut some stuff here. Yes. Now you're probably thinking, what the heck did this episode cut? Well, they cut an actual fight for the manga in the anime. Maybe they'll include it next week, I'm not sure. But, so, here's what happens this episode. There's, like, a lot of stuff happening here. Like, the first episode picks up not long after the events of last week's episode, where Team The Ren just won their match, and they're walking out of the arena, and they're confronted by Anna. Where basically about the training stuff, and the fact that he knows, like, the backstory and the Getcha, doesn't know about them, and that's it for Team The Ren for the rest of the episode. Meanwhile, though, you see Lisenberg, Marco, and Jeannie, along with Tomoko and her spirits. Of course, you have this thing where these two spirits are like trying to get at Jeannie. Of course, these two be pulled apart. And it's a pretty good drive. And then all of a sudden they get hit by something which was related to something with how what goes on with Ho, which I'll get to that. And then, of course, you have Marco being stabbed through the frickin' chest by a whip. Yes, a whip. By some Egyptian guy. Who is this guy? His name is Aktil. Apparently, he's the brother of one of the members of Team Nile. One of the people who actually was killed by Iron Mage 80, which she was just talking about how she regrets killing them. And then, of course, you have Lisenberg trying to protect them, and then, of course, the car explodes. By the way, I should point out that they put the Iron Maiden, the thing that Jeannie tends to travel in, on the back of the freaking car. Because I'm sure they own it, so they probably have it right to carry it around with them. And apparently she's scared to fight the guy because she killed his brother. And that's it for that. I'll get to the Yo stuff that actually is leading to the end of the episode. Let's talk about Ho, where basically he mentions that Team Flowers are going to go out for a match, which the match is not seen in the episode because they basically cut the whole match out. Which you're thinking, that's kind of weird. Why the heck would they cut a match out for? No idea. I thought that was kind of weird. They cut the match out, they cut the announcer out. Oh, you hear the announcer. Clearly they won their match pretty easily. Even though they show a little bit in the manga, it's like most of the stuff was done off screen, and they cut out pretty much almost the entire fight. Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. And of course, Ho's being informed by Lizard about what happened in the last few episodes. Excuse me. Meanwhile, though, Ho's base, which was from what is described in the anime and of course the manga, kind of describes this too. Apparently, this is an actual former Japanese military base. Yes. And Ho is using it for his own base for some reason. Yeah, it's not clarified exactly why he wants to use this place for. Probably because it's abandoned. He probably doesn't want to stay with the inns. Now, I'm thinking, though, when it comes to Ho, how the heck can he afford to basically keep these people on payroll? I mean, this Ho basically just doesn't care about money. It's possible. I mean, other people support him, and I'm like, okay, then how in the world are these guys getting paid? How are these guys fed and clothed if Ho doesn't have any money? That's a really good question there when it comes to that. Mm-hmm. Yep. And of course, he leaves with thoughts, and of course, thinks about his mom. You see him crying. Now, thinking about his mom thing, that actually is something that will lead to the end of the series. Yes. And then pretty much like, and of course the few people from Houston part of the X-Laws who decided to basically launch a sneak attack on Ho because they can Oh yeah, they all refer him as a captain, more refer him as a CEO. Because he ran a car company. Of course. So, pretty much, like, they have one of the guys who's a sniper. He gets taken out pretty easily by Ho. The other guy's taken out very easily, and only one guy left. And it turns all three of these guys are former Delta Force members. Yes. And according to Ho, it's just not by accident they joined the X-Laws. And then, of course, the last member is like, oh, yeah, I have a secret weapon. He's like, of course, he said, oh, yeah, you can read my mind. You know what my secret weapon is, right? Yes. A angel that basically is a cover for a frickin' satellite, which fires. Yes, it fires at the base. Where apparently it destroys the base, per se. I don't know if the other people were here or not besides Ho. I have no idea. Somehow the guy survives it. He targeted himself. I would think with that big explosion he would have died. Here he's alive and well. It's not clarified why. And the Ho kills him. Just like that. And that's it for that one. In the case of Yo, we have him and Rio training for a while. They also with Faust. And of course, Rio's basically become pretty quickly after his brief skirmish. And of course, the three individuals just admire the ocean. And then Seiya, the leader of the Gashia, shows up, where she proceeds to kill Yo. Very quickly because, well, there's a reason why. He wakes up in hell. Now you're thinking, hell, you mean the place that's like fire, multiple layers, its ruler is Lucifer, aka Satan? No, this is a complete different version. This is a complete different place. They describe this place as part of the Great Spirit. It's one of the sanctums of it. And he goes in and he's confronted by the great demon that he fought 3 years prior to events of the series. Now he's thinking to himself, wait, didn't I kill you 3 years ago? Well, according to him, he was saved by the leader of the Gashia. Of course, he does ask the God question, who the heck she is. He doesn't say. And then he asks, how's Mama? Oh, you mean Anna? She's fine. Yeah, he still refers to Anna as his mother because she created him, despite the fact that it was due to some emotions, whatever. And then Yo goes to his first test. We face a guy that looks suspiciously like his father. And it turns out this guy is a member of his clan. Oh, by the way, I do mention that Chocolate basically something about him. Now, as for in the case of who appears here, now there is some characters, yes. Yeah, apparently he starts to fight his own ancestor in this episode. Now you're probably thinking, like, why would he do this for? Why would he end up fighting his own ancestor? Well, it's due to it's basically Yakin Ashura. Yes, who basically, appearance-wise, looks exactly like Yo's father. Yeah. Also, I should point out, though, these last, 20 episodes feature characters who were never on the original series. Probably due to time or the fact they just didn't bother to adapt it. So, they fight here briefly. And, of course, Ho sees his bony hands. And apparently he's got his own sword with him. The reason why, I guess, apparently he died with the sword in his hand. And then he summons his family treasure. And his ancestor says, that's a treasure of the family. How'd you get that? And Yo says, I'm Yo Asakursa, and believe it or not, I'm your descendant for 5 years in the future, 500 years in the future. And of course his answer's like, bull crap, and he started to attack him. And then, of course, basically, that's kind of where the episode ends. It's a very interesting episode. Just like way too much going on here. Excuse me. But basically, what I basically describe this episode. Oh, Perka does briefly appear in the episode at the beginning. Or she does mention that she told everything to Ho's assistant. But Ho has got no problem with that at all. He's perfectly fine with it. He's not mad at his sister for doing it. And that's pretty much it. It's almost like basically saying, oh yeah, a lot of stuff happened here. Now, we're at 235. We have exactly 65 chapters left to go for the entire series. Yep, 65. So, and also for this arc, because we're at 35, there's exactly 22 chapters left to go for this entire arc. How much further do I think this will go for? I don't know. Oh, and by the way, there's 11 episodes left to go for the anime. Yep. And they have 65 episodes left. How are they going to cover 65 chapters in just 11 episodes? Oh boy, this is going to be so difficult basically for them to do this. I'm basically worried they might not actually be able to get to the ending of the series. That or they're going to rush it. If I were the studio who made the series, give a couple more episodes so they can basically get more time to tell the story. That's one thing I would do. Just give it 2 more episodes. That's all you need to do. Just 2 more and you're done. You're okay. They probably chose 52 because 52 weeks a year. That's probably the reason why I did that. Yep. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for this particular review. I thought we had time to watch a Freya. That's proved to be not the case. It's almost 11 o'clock. I got to go ready for church in the morning. So, oh boy, looks like I'm going to have a lot of anime to cover tomorrow. Yes. Well, it's mainly due to lateness for a lot of this stuff. But looking up right now, I have a timing recording as a slime working right now. So, that's going to hold off for a bit before I finally get back to it. Yep. So tomorrow, Freya, How Will the Sea Rebuild the Kingdom, K-Study of Thanatos, One Piece, Boruto, Demon Slayer. I think that's it. Roughly 6 shows. At least 4 of them are on Funimation, and those are Freya, How Will the Sea Rebuild the Kingdom, Demon Slayer, and One Piece. That's 4 anime right there. That's on Funimation. What there are 2, Case Closed and Boruto are on Crunchyroll. So 2 Crunchyroll stuff, 2 Funimation stuff. So pretty much we'll be doing a lot of Funimation tomorrow. And Demon Slayer has got not many episodes left. Excuse me. To go for the adaptation of the arc they're adapting. They only got like 3 left. So that's going to finish it pretty soon. And once I finish this up, basically probably able to reduce down the 2 shows. Now, I was kind of hoping that this week basically would not be the same case as last week, with everything being delayed due to all the time stuff. I'll look up the stuff for source material. But it's proven not to be the case. 2 weeks in a row this has happened. But lucky enough, next week this will not be an issue. No, I highly doubt it. But at least I got Shaman King done this time. Yep. I got that done. So the first anime I do tomorrow will be a Freya. That'll be the absolute first one I do. Okay? Next video. Bye.